Well, after all of the qualifying, after the preliminary races, 2 provisionals have finally been set, and we are ready for Cedar Creek Beef Jerky A-Main for the MLRA. 24 of the best late models in the house, 40 times around, big payday, 10 grand to win. Starting grid shapes up like this. And you can't ask for better sibling rivalry than what you've got on the front row. Chris and Chad Simpson will start side by side. Chad won last night. Chris Simpson had to go to a backup car, but all is fine and dandy. They were both fast time qualifiers, and they will start on the front row with Chris to the inside and Chad to the out.
Row number 2, it's going to be Tony Jackson Jr., Lebanon, Missouri, 56, and Trevor Gundaker, the St. Charles, Missouri, 14.
Dustin Hodges, who had bad luck on night number 1, crumpled his car up, but he has a hot rod tonight. He will start inside row 3 in the 22H out of Centralia, Missouri. And Mason Oberkramer got his first top 10 of the season. In the 93, he'll start in 6th.
Daniel Hazelbeck, the Earlham, Iowa, number 22 on the inside. Row number 4, and Caden Cornell, the Willard, Missouri, number 50 on the outside.
Jeff Herzog still looking for his first top 5 of the season. He starts inside row number 5. And a local hero, 10 wins for Justin Wells, the track champ. Here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, the Aurora, Missouri native will start in 10th.
Row 6 is going to be Dylan McCowan, the young man in the 8 car from Urbana, Missouri, and on the outside, Clayton Stuckey. Stuckey from Shreveport, Louisiana, in the 15.
Logan Martin will start inside row number 7. He hails from West Plains, Missouri, in the 36. And Jim Body, not here last night, came in tonight out of Diamond in the number 71.
Matt Johnson, the Archie, Missouri 8X, on the inside. On the outside, Mark Bergdorf. He comes from Quincy, Illinois, the 7B.
Everything went right for Tyler Stevens on night 1 of the Ron Jenkins Memorial. He won out of Paragould, Arkansas. Tonight has not been as good. He's going to be stuck all the way back in 17th. Dalton Imhoff to his outside from Jamestown in the 96.
Cole Wells, the 45, Aurora, Missouri. And Jake Morris, he comes from Marshall, Missouri, in the 7.
Marysville, Kansas's Dusty Leonard in the 7D will start inside row number 11. And Glenn Powell, who had to come through the B, he will start back in 22nd.
Your final row, it's going to be Justin Duty, the Moella, Oregon, number 15, and Aaron Morant, Richmond, Missouri, in the 1X.
So 24 cars and stars of the Midwest Late Model Racing Association. After the track has been tilled and packed, going to be a few laps before we get this completely underway. They want to make sure that it is as race ready as possible. Of course, we always have some pomp and circumstance before some of the bigger events here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. You see the pace trucks here for the Lucas Oil MLRA, as well as the Bill Robert Chevrolet pace truck, our weekly pace truck that we have here, and then the Simpsons stacked side by side. Coming in to this weekend, they were running 1-2 in the point standings. Chad Simpson was 1, Chris Simpson was 2. It was a supermoon weekend, and it has been a super weekend for Chad Simpson, with the exception of one little bobble on night 1. Fast time qualifier on both nights. Whenever he was running the feature, he was leading, got caught in lap traffic, hit the white tire, got back to 2nd. Wasn't a great night for Chris Simpson either. He was running fast through the heat races, but had to go to a backup car. That put him all the way at the tailback. All of that being said, the 2nd place finish from Chad Simpson last night, the 15th place finish from Chris Simpson has now really widened the points battle. For the most part, Chad Simpson just has to run error-free for the final 2 weekends, and he's going to win yet another championship in the MLRA. But you know it's difficult to run error-free every single weekend. We have seen so many times where cars have gotten involved in incidents of none of their doing, had mechanical failures, so it's not completely wrapped up from Chad Simpson, but it's getting pretty darn close.
Yeah, he's got the yellow spoiler. That is, he is the points leader for right now, but like Shane said, that can change quicker than you think. It is hard to earn those points, but easy to drop them. But Chad Simpson has had a great time. He is on top of the mountain for the MLRA once again, the Iowa native.
If you've never been to Lucas Oil Speedway, this weekend is in honor of Ron Jenkins. It's the Ron Jenkins Memorial. Ron and Mary built this original facility as a 3/8 mile dirt track back in the mid-2000s. Forrest and Charlotte Lucas bought it in 04, a multi-million-dollar renovation in 06. led to the reopening in June. MLRA was their first event, so it is a natural fit that this weekend has the MLRA in the house. This 3/8 mile paper-clipped oval has up to 10 to 12 degrees of banking in the turns, 7,000 seats. There's 21 suites. Lake Lucas is off to the south. You've got the off-road course to the southeast of here, and all come in attendance tonight for the Midwest Late Model Racing Association. It has become customary to go 4 wide, a salute to the fans here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks. We do things right in Wheatland, Missouri. Fireworks in the air right before we get fireworks on the track.
That's right. Get your felt on your feet. Find your favorite driver. Let them know you're out here. It is feature time. And the late models here tonight. 4 wide. The salute to you, the fans, as they come through here tonight. They're coming around on the back straightaway. Let them know you're out there here tonight. It is feature time. 4 wide once again on that back straightaway. Let them know you're out there here tonight as they come through here. For you, the fans, a salute to you, the fans.
So they'll be 4 wide for at least 1 lap. They're going to take a couple of laps at speed. As we mentioned, this track has been tilled up, repacked down. On night 1 of this event, it got glazed over, got nice and slick. As you see, a great crowd on hand here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Had a couple of major events here throughout the year. SRX came into town late in the year. Lots of sprint car action. 410 Sprints came in. We opened up the off-road course for another major event. Gotta love kids in the stands as well. Checker flags, pink and white, black and white, doesn't matter what it is, as all of the cars will now get lined out and get a couple of laps at speed before we let them loose here in Wheatland, Missouri. Lucas Oil Speedway, as we mentioned, the events that we have throughout the year also becomes the focal point in October as the United States Racing Association has their national championships. They come in for an entire week. And where this started out as just a soybean field back when Ron and Mary Jenkins has it, as you look inside the MAV TV production booth, when Forrest and Charlotte Lucas took it over, this is why they call it the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. The big stands, the suites, everything else that has gone on. And of course, you got to love Magic Mike on the flag stand. The Wheatland Outlaw Mike Striegel, racer in a B-Mod and a modified, has now gone to the flag stand. He is an ambassador for our sport. And Trevor Gundaker, who will stop over on the top side of turn 2, get a little attendance or attention from the Hobby Time Motorsport safety crew.
And attendance.
He is in the house. We all know he's running for Sunoco Rookie of the Year. Dylan McCowan from just down the road leads that point standings. A 3rd place finish for him just 1 night ago. Dylan's going to start all the way back in 11th. So the cars will get a little bit of heat in the engines, a little bit of heat in the tires. Make sure that this track is indeed packed down and they know what they're going to be dealt with whenever they go diving in to turn number 1. Midwest Late Model Races Association has, as we mentioned, 2 weekends left. This is one of them. Wiener Nationals will round out things up at Moberly. Final race of this weekend, and then they will head to their final week when they name a champion. Head up to Illinois, Tri-State, for their final 2 events of the season. And Chad Simpson, while he's been leading the points, would love to just continue the role that he has. Pick up another big payday here, as he has been a 2-time winner on the season so far, and also claim another championship. Just continuing to add to the already lengthy resume that he has. The champ last year with 2 wins in 2022. He also won the championship in 2018 and 2014. Drivers getting a little feel for their cars. And then Chris Simpson, who will be starting on the pole for this. He was a winner at Lake Ozark on April 28th. So the front row has combined for 3 wins. Both the Simpsons still call Iowa home.
decided here tonight. And Shane, it is going to be a great one. Who do you think will take the title?
I think Chad Simpson has something to prove after last night. Got caught in lap traffic, and again, you kind of saw that starting to develop. He chose to go to the inside over in turn 2. Car came down on him, got in close to that white tire. But you also saw the car that was making the most hay in that entire race. The Rocket Man, Tyler Stevens, was actually catching Chad Simpson when that happened. Stevens went on to win, and he's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to try to repeat for 2 nights in a row as Tyler Stevens starts all the way back in 17th.
Now, I'd say keep your eye on Tony Jackson Jr., 56, from Lebanon, Missouri. He knows how to get around here. He has been around and done laps at Lucas Oil Speedway numerous times, and he's pretty fast, as they tell me.
Yeah, prime time a winner at Tri-City, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. And he is a 2-time MLRA champ as well. So the field has slowed down. They're going to get stacked and packed again 2 wide. Just about a lap or 2 away from getting back underway. I want to send big kudos again to the entire MAV TV production crew. I mentioned the Lake Lucas just to the south. Kentucky Drag Boat Association is in town this weekend as well, so they're pulling double duty. Going to be televising this race and then also the Diamond event over at Lake Lucas. 209 mile an hour is what one of the boats did a pass at earlier on today. Did we get one higher than that? I remember there was 209 the last time I saw
209, and they said they will probably tomorrow on Elimination Day hit over 210, 212 mile an hour.
Not going to see that tonight. Probably get in the 80s, maybe 90s. I don't think you're going to get anywhere near 2 bills.
Well, they're going in a straight line.
They are going in a straight line, and they're on water, and they got wind to deal with, and waves and wakes.
You don't have to worry about that sudden left-hand turn. Glad to wish Lori and Nancy Looney happy birthday. The 2 of them couldn't do what we do without either of them here. We're just proud to have them as part of the staff. And man, I tell you what, they are incredible. So happy birthday to the twins here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Getting word from race control. Everyone says we're ready to go. We've gotten some thumbs up, and that's always a good sign. You see the turns now, they're nice and brown. In about 40 laps, they're going to be nice and rubbered up by the time this late model feature is done. But with that being said, you'll typically see multiple grooves here at this track. There will be a cushion form. Everyone will go down to the apron as well. Search for as much grip and tackiness as they can. Mike Striegel on the flag stand. The Wheatland Outlaw, green flag in hand. Final race for the MLRA here at Lucas Oil Speedway this season. They came in for a 2-day show for the Spring Nationals at the beginning of the year. They were here as a joint venture with the Lucas Oil Late Models for the Show Me 100. Diamond Nationals, they were here as well. And this 2-day weekend show for the MLRA capped off with a $10,000 to win. Who will back it up? Who will hit the pay window, and who will bring home the checkers? It's Chris Simpson. It's Chad Simpson. Side by side on the front row. Probably not going to see a whole lot of brotherly love for the next 40 laps. Chris Simpson on the pole has the whole shot, and Chad Simpson already has drifted back. And Doug, your pick, and Tony Jackson Jr. He started inside row number 2. He's motored up to second, and now he's already looking to the inside of Chris Simpson.
As they roll through here, it is a 32. That is Chris Simpson, the Iowa native. Your leader, the 56 of Tony Jackson Jr., Lebanon, Missouri. Here comes the 25, Chad Simpson on the move in that 3rd spot. And a 14 of Trevor Gundecker in 4th as they come out of turn number 4, side by side. Jackson makes the pass. Can he hold it?
Two-car breakaway. Now it's a three-car battle for the top spot. And Tony Jackson Jr., after Chris Simpson led the first 3 laps, has now taken over P1. Under the Foley Equipment flag stand he goes, and Tony Jackson Jr. now in the lead. Chris Simpson drops back to second by 3 car lengths. Chad Simpson another 2 or 3 car lengths behind them, and Chad's the only one right now that is venturing to go up to the top side. He knows how critical it can be. If you can find some tackiness up there, you can get the momentum, and he looks to the outside of Chris Simpson. He's found the grip. He motors down the back stretch and is looking over to take over second.
As they come out of turn number 4 this time, it is still the 56, but the 25 of Chris Simpson, or Chad Simpson, the 25. In that second spot, he makes the pass coming out of turn number 2. It's going to be the Chad Simpson, number 25, the 56. That's Tony Jackson Jr. The Lebanon, Missouri native comes to the line. It is going to be Simpson takes the point here tonight.
So 2 changes for position already. Chris Simpson led the opening 3 laps. Tony Jackson Jr. had the next 4, and now Chad Simpson to P1. And as the lead cars go into turns 3 and 4, they see 2 cars spinning in front of them. Jake Morris in the 7J and Jim Body. He's in the number 71. Body here for the first time at Lucas Oil Speedway brings out the caution. We've ran 7 laps. We've had 3 leaders. It's Chad Simpson on top of the pylon here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Caution on the track. It's Night of Speed here in Wheatland. Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew goes out, takes care of the 7 of Morris, gets him underway. Jim Body has already gotten back underway, and a car is stopped over in turn number 4. Two-car incident brings out the caution for the first time 7 laps in to our 40-lap main. $10,000 to win, some extra money put up by Mary Jenkins, the wife of Ron. $1,000 bonus to tonight's winner. $500 to the fast time qualifier, which already goes to Chad Simpson. This could turn out to be a very lucrative night for Chad Simpson if he was able to sweep all of the extra pay, including the $10,000 that's already been posted. First 3 laps led by Chris Simpson. Tony Jackson Jr. then overtook the lead, led the next handful of laps, and Chad Simpson has been the fastest car on the track in qualifying, the only driver to break the 16-second mark. Motored to an easy heat race win, and now he has the front row all to his own. The opening laps, Tony Jackson Jr. shot to the front. He's going to start inside row number 2, the Delaware double file restart. He elects to go to the inside. Chris Simpson will go to the outside, and Trevor Gundaker will fall to the inside of row number 3. Huge shout out to Dustin Hodges and that entire crew. Night 1 of this event, he was involved in an incident over in turn 4, banged that car up pretty good, was unable to finish the race, got it all put back together, pop riveted, duct taped, super glued, maybe a little bit of welding involved as well, but got it all put back, and now he is running top 5.
Yellow light goes out. We're going to go green flag out of turn number 4. The 25 of Chad Simpson, the Mount Vernon, Iowa native, on the point. He's got Tony Jackson Jr. and Chris Simpson in that row number 2. Here they come out of turn 4. They step on the pedal, and here we go.
It was a 75-point swing last night that Chad Simpson got over Chris Simpson with his win, or his second place finish, I should say. And now he leads by 5 car lengths. Chris Simpson to the top side. Tony Jackson Jr. They started this restart side by side. The first few laps after the restart, they finally get nose to tail up around the cushion. Everyone goes to the high side, at least as far as the first 5 or 6 cars involved. The first to go to the low side is Daniel Hilsebeck. You see him there in that red number 22 as he works to the inside of Dustin Hodges. Hodges finds the cushion, finds the grip off of turn 2, gets a nose back out in front, and now Hilsebeck continues to work that bottom line. There's plenty of brown down there still, at least for the time being, and he's able to put up some pretty good lap times.
Drawn to a pair of 22s here tonight as they battle for that 4 spot. Putting his nose in the 14, that is Trevor Dundecker, the Missouri native. St. Charles, Missouri is where he calls home. Now Hodges, the 22, moves up into that 4 spot. Hilsebeck looks to the high side, can't make the pass. Caution flies.
Boone's Barbecue caution out again. And this time it's for Aaron Morant in the 1X. That's over in turn number 2. He is going to go out the in. That is typically where you come into the track from the pit area. He makes the hard right-hand turn, so something goes wrong on Aaron Morant's car. He had to take a point provisional to make his way in, starting 24th. Back about 5 years ago, he, Caden Cornell, and the Flash Johnny Finnewald battled every single week in the Hermitage Lumber late model division here at Lucas Oil Speedway for weekly wins. He turned his attention to the open late model and has been running MLRA ever since.
Yeah, great action, Morant. A great competitor down here. That was when you had the battle 3. Now you got the battle 2 with Ferris and Justin Wells for our regular weekly racing, but both of which are Wells in tonight's feature event and doing well.
So Chad Simpson still out in front. They will stack him up side by side back behind. Caution light has been turned off after the incident for Aaron Morant, and we are ready to get back underway. We're 25% of the way done, 10 down, 30 remain in our 40-lap main. Chad Simpson got a great restart. Last time the green came out, he'll do so again. He gets the whole shot. Tony Jackson Jr. dives down in front of Hilsebeck. Up the track he goes. Hodges goes back to the top side, and Chad Simpson goes back out in front. He had a 1-second advantage before the last caution came out. Now on this restart, Tony Jackson Jr. able to hang it with him. At least back in third behind Chris Simpson. Now Hilsebeck to the inside of Jackson Jr.
It is Hilsebeck, the 22 on the low side, the 56 of Tony Jackson Jr. on the high side as they come around now, looking to challenge that 32 of Simpson. Simpson in second spot. Here comes Hilsebeck. Here comes Jackson. Jackson takes it by just an edge, but it is Hilsebeck. Makes contact on the back straightaway as they go into turn number 4. Slide job comes in, and it is going to be Hilsebeck. Takes over that third spot.
If there was contact, there wasn't much because they swapped spots and neither one lifted off the loud pedal. They both stayed in the gas, and Hilsebeck, at least for the time being, is going to get the better of Tony Jackson Jr. Don't count Dustin Hodges out, however, as he is still in 5th. He runs lower on the track than the top 2 cars. Chad Simpson continues to pull away, but it was a great battle there for a little while with Tony Jackson Jr. and Daniel Hilsebeck.
As they roll through here, it is Dustin Hodges, the 22. He has the 8 of Dylan McCowan. Now knocking on his back door as he comes through, and it is Oberkramer, the 83, behind Dylan as they come through. Now it is Dylan, the 8 car, looks to the low side of the 22 of Hodges. They're battling, both of them battling for the rookie championship.
So top 5 really kind of spread out right now with both Simpson, Hilsebeck, and Tony Jackson Jr. This the only battle, at least as far as the top 10 is concerned, with Dylan McCowan, and now Mason Oberkramer gets up into the mix. Mason, last night, good run for him here at Lucas Oil Speedway as he was able to pick up his first top 10 finish of the season in MLRA action. Finished 6th in that Capital Chassis and Scott Bailey power plant. Oberkramer Trucking, a sponsor on that 93. He's kind of biding his time right now up on the top side, nearly jumped the cushion as Dylan McCowan. You're not seeing double. That's his backup car with Matt Johnson looking to the inside of DMAC. Dylan McCowan out of Urbana got some new sponsorship in recent weeks. Sonic now on the side of the number 8, so he's gone from that typical green scheme to red, white, and blue. Daniel Hilsebeck to the inside of Chris Simpson this time. Pass for position. Slider to the top side. Hilsebeck grabbed the spot and at the line. It's going to stay with Chris Simpson. Cross flags in the air. We've reached the midway point.
It is. The Simpsons as they battle the 22 now of Hilsebeck. And caution on the front straightaway. That's going to be the 98 of Justin Wells. Comes to a complete stop in the middle of the front straightaway.
See damage on the front right corner of Justin Wells, number 98. That's a limited late model that runs here weekly, and his night probably going to be done. Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew will take care of him. That gives us an opportunity to catch our breath. Chad Simpson at the midway point, nearly a 3-second lead over Chris. It's getting hot and heavy back behind him. Cedar Creek Beef Jerky A-Main for the MLRA. We're midway through at Lucas Oil Speedway. With this break in the action, remind everybody that this weekend is not done. MLRA will be up at Moberly Motorsports Park tomorrow for the 3rd annual Wiener Nationals. $10,000 to win. B-Mods will be there, $2,500 payday for them. Hot laps start at 5:15. So if you are in the area, head up there to wrap up this 3-day weekend for the MLRA.
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile will be there, is what we were told.
Yeah, Billy said they were flying it in. I think that was a little mistake there.
Yeah, you know, maybe they're going to drive really, really fast.
Now, if you were flying Joey Chestnut in, now that would be fun.
There you go. You would think he'd get sick of hot dogs after a while.
Early going, a handful of position changes for the lead between Chad Simpson, Chris Simpson, and Tony Jackson Jr. But after the first 7 laps, it's been all Chad Simpson since then. He leads at the midway point after the caution came out. Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew took care of Justin Wells. And there you see the tandem. They're running 1 and 2 in the points. They're running 1 and 2 on the track, Chad and Chris Simpson.
56 JR, Tony Jackson Jr. going to go back in his spot. He is in 5th as they roll around. Daniel Hilsebeck, the 22, in 3rd, and Dustin Hodges, pair of 22s, 3rd and 4th. Hodges in that 4th spot. Jackson rounds out your top 5.
Give a shout out to Matt Johnson, who started back in 15th. He is up to 7th. He's typically a modified driver. He's only ran a handful of late model races this year. Used to run MLRA back in the day, so he's not unfamiliar with how a late model handles, but he has just been running modifieds for the most part since then. And a backup car to Dylan McCowan, and being able to cut the field in half from 15th up to 7th. Not a bad job for Matt Johnson tonight.
Now, how would you feel if you're Dylan McCowan and your backup car beat you?
That's a great question. Probably not great, but you're probably happy that you know that if something happens to your car, I got something in the shed that's looking pretty good.
There you go.
Caution light is out. Green flag in hand. We've gotten to the halfway point. 20 laps remain. Can Chad Simpson continue to dominate after this caution? Back underway, and Chad Simpson had a 3-second lead. Daniel Hilsebeck has done the job. He started in 7th. He has slowly picked them off one by one by one, and he is now going to challenge for 2nd. Has it over Chris Simpson. Grabs that spot away on lap 21. But does he have enough for Chad Simpson? Has he conserved his tires enough? Has he found that right line? And can Chad Simpson run error-free for the final 18 laps?
Looks like they are looking at that high side, the 25 of Chad Simpson, the 22 of Daniel Hilsebeck. Both looking on the high side as they go around the corners here. The 32, that is Chad Simpson, or Chris Simpson in that 3rd spot. He's about mid-track as they come through, and it is Dylan McCowan. McCowan once again about mid-track as he's following the same thing as Simpson.
Daniel Hilsebeck's last win was 2019. It has been a long time since he has found his way into victory lane, and that win that he had was in a stock car at I-35. So it has been a drought, to say the least, for Daniel Hilsebeck. He'll live to fight another day. We got 4 more laps taken off the books before another Boone's Barbecue caution comes out, and Tony Jackson Jr., he was running top 3, drifted back to 5th. He's going to make the hard right-hand turn. See if he stops in the hot pit or goes right back to his hauler. He is going to stop in the hot pit, so the crew will go to the attention of him. Looks like a flat tire. Already saw one tire coming off the back of the buggy.
Yeah, flat tire. They're going to give him a few laps to get that fixed. He'll be back out.
And with that, Show Me reminds you to drive sober or get pulled over. Nice signage there right in the middle of where we're trying to see Tony Jackson Jr.
Especially on this Labor Day weekend right there.
So tough break for Tony Jackson Jr. with the flat. Brings out the caution, 24 laps in, 16 remaining. And the man on the move has been Daniel Hilsebeck. He has jumped up to 2nd. Most positions gained so far. It's a mixture of Matt Johnson, Cole Wells, and Justin Duty right now. They have all jumped up 9 spots. Matt Johnson started 15th, up to 6th now. Cole Wells 19th to 10th, and Justin Duty 23rd to 14th. Chad Simpson's jumped up 1 spot. He started 2nd. He now rides in 1st and has been the dominant car, with the exception of one little mistake last night. My Race Pass Fast Time qualifiers.
Tony Jackson Jr. making the repairs, coming back out onto the track. He has 16 laps to use or lose here tonight.
Back on the track he comes. And they make sure they have everyone else in the proper running order. So $10,000 to win, $1,000 bonus from Mary Jenkins, that's 11. Fast time qualifier last night, that's 500. Fast time qualifier tonight, that's 500.
That's 12.
Yeah, not too bad of a payday if Chad Simpson's able to hang on to it.
He'd like to end right about now, I would guess.
I don't think Daniel Hilsebeck wants it to end right now. His average lap speed just a shade over 17 seconds. Chad Simpson's average lap speed, and when you're out in front and you don't have to worry about passing a car, you pick and choose your line. Obviously, you're going to have the fastest laps, and Chad Simpson's average lap time is a 16.8. So he's got Hilsebeck covered by 0.3 of a second per lap.
We're about to find out on the restart as they come around into 3 and out of turn number 4. The 25 of Chad Simpson on the point. Out of turn number 4, the green flag in the air.
Daniel Hilsebeck to the outside of Chris Simpson. He chose to go up around the apron. Side by side with Simpson. Simpson to the bottom. Hilsebeck back up to the top. Slingshot around off of turn 4. Simpson able to hold serve. Stays with a nose out in front. And Chad Simpson, who continues to lead, back out to almost a second advantage. He's getting higher on the track than the other 2 cars are right now with Hilsebeck and Chris.
Hilsebeck just took that second spot away at the line from Chris Simpson. Simpson back to 3rd, but they are still continuing to battle over in the back straightaway. It is the 32 of Chris Simpson, the 22 of Daniel Hilsebeck. Hilsebeck on the high side, Simpson on the low side, Oberkramer with the caution.
Well, not yet. We're still green. Mason Oberkramer is stopped on the top side, and now the caution will come out. Couldn't quite make the turn over there to pit entry. So with 27 laps down, Chad Simpson's going to have to survive another restart with Chris and Daniel Hilsebeck behind him. Step aside as Chad Simpson has 13 laps left on Lucas Oil Night of Speed from Wheatland, Missouri. Not quite ready for the checkered flag, but we're getting close. 27 down, 13 left. On Lucas Oil Night of Speed from Wheatland, Missouri. A little bit of sheet metal damage during this caution. You would think that Logan Martin would get that taken care of. And right now, it looks like he's going to as he goes to the top side over in turns 1 and 2. And he's going to go straight back. There's more damage there than I thought. I thought it was just the blade on the back that had come free, but that is entire right quarter panel that's also dangling. And he's not even going to go to the hot pit. He's going to go straight back to his hauler. So his night is done. Look into the pits here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Look at all that asphalt. Look at all that concrete. That is one of the reasons why they run here so many times, even during bad weather. Go back to the Spring Nationals, end of March. Lucas Oil Late Models World of Outlaws all rained out. We raced here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr., a bunch of heavy hitters came in and ran here at Lucas Oil Speedway just because we were able to run. Chad Simpson, hammer down again off of turn 4. 13 more laps to go. He has held off Chris Simpson. He's held off Daniel Hilsebeck. He held off Tony Jackson Jr. for a while. And now he's back out by 5 car lengths. He likes looking in the rearview mirror, looking up on the Jumbotron and seeing the cars running in second and third, continuing to battle out. If they have their hands full with each other, they don't have time to mess with Chad Simpson yet.
It is the Chris Simpson, number 32, in that second spot. Here comes Daniel Hilsebeck. Hilsebeck has been good on long runs as they cut up, and he is looking to the inside, trying to get around that 32. Here comes the other 22, Dustin Hodges. Hodges on the move, showing as he's ready for the party.
Dylan McCowan leads the Rookie of the Year point standings. Trevor Gunbaker in there as well. Another car that's in that is Dustin Hodges in that blue number 22. Caden Cornell also up in the mix here. He had a top 10 finish. His first top 10 of the year came last night, and Caden Cornell is now up to 6th. So he is looking to make vast improvements over his performance last night. We've crossed it now, single digits left on the board. Down inside 10.
That 8X of Matt Johnson on every restart has gained 1 or 2 positions. He's liking the yellow flag to come out and bunch that back up, doing an incredible job in that backup car.
Well, you asked me earlier, what does Dylan McCowan think if his backup car beats him? Well, we might have the opportunity to ask him that later, because right now Matt Johnson is 2 spots ahead of him. Johnson, Cornell, and McCowan, 5th, 6th, 7th, all used to be weekly contenders here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Laps winding down, and Chad Simpson is pulling away. 2.5 seconds now his lead over Chris Simpson and Daniel Hilsebeck. Side by side with Dylan McCowan, now looking to the inside of Caden Cornell. Cornell in the middle of the track had a very difficult time early in the year. He wanted to come and run at Lucas Oil Speedway, just didn't have his power plant underneath the hood yet. It took a while for him to get that, finally did. And now here towards the end of the season, you're starting to see the fruits of their labor really pay off after a top 10 last night. And he is on the verge, if he can get 1 more spot, of getting a top 5 tonight. McCowan to the inside. Simpson now nearly a 3-second lead. And Chad Simpson has caught up with lap traffic at the end of this long run. But there's only 4 laps left. Chad Simpson, can he stay out of harm's way? Glenn Powell will go to the outside. Dalton Emhoff to the outside, nearly contact made, but Chad Simpson is able to clear Powell, and that might be the last car he has to deal with as far as getting through lap traffic, as now there's only 3 to go. Underneath the flag stand that time makes it 2 to go. So Chad Simpson has won at Lucas Oil Speedway 3 times over his career. Spring Nationals, he had 2 top 10 finishes, a 9th and a 2nd. He had 3 top 20 runs on Show Me 100 weekend. A 2-time winner in the MLRA this year and a 3-time MLRA champ. he's going to jump up on that totem pole even more. He wins again at Lucas Oil Speedway, his 4th win at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks and his 3rd win of 2023. Chad Simpson, after starting on the front row, giving up the lead to Chris Simpson. Tony Jackson Jr. had the lead for a couple of laps, but from about lap 7 on, it was the Chad Simpson show. He wins by 3.5 seconds over Chris Simpson. Daniel Hilsebeck in 3rd, Dustin Hodges in 4th, Matt Johnson rounding out your top 5 right in front of Dylan McCowan, Caden Cornell, Cole Wells, Clayton Stuckey, and Justin Duty, your top 10.